Hey YouTube, this is Kay. Coming back to you. I got some questions. Um, 10 questions actually. I think I got a little bonus one, so 11. Just questions about your VSG journey. Different questions that I have because with all the research that I've done about the gastric sleeve or the vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery. There's just still questions that I have that are unanswered. And now that I'm moving into the I don't know, the final phases, right before surgery, I'm getting all of my last tests done, and after this is completed, then I'll submit everything on to the insurance, and then from there, prayerfully everything will be approved, and I'll get my date. So everything is just kind of like really getting real for me. It's not an idea anymore, but it's like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I've made my choice, I've made my decision, and I'm going for it. So in my last video, actually, and I'm gonna take a pause for coffee. In my last video, I said that there are some people who I watch that really motivate me and encourage me, and I'm pretty faithful with watching their stories and watching their vlog, rather. So I just wanted to shout them out. So the first person is Sunkiss 718, Angela HL, Miss Free Spirited, Danny's Girl 2003, Miss Diva Dimples, and Changing Before Your Eyes. And then there's also some non-VSGs, people who have just lost weight on their own. And I watch Beautiful Brown Baby Doll, Plus Size Kamanika, and Diva Slim Down. All three of those ladies, if you are not familiar with them, they haven't had any type of weight loss surgery done, and all three of them have lost at least 100 pounds on their own, which is diet and exercising. So to people who feel or believe that it's not possible, or maybe you may not have the opportunity or the resources to do weight loss surgery, know that it is ways for you to lose weight. If you have that drive and that will to get that weight off of you by any means necessary, you can definitely watch either one of these ladies. And I'll say them again: it's Plus Size Kamanika, Diva Slim Down, and Beautiful Brown Baby Doll. All three of those ladies are super inspirational. They're totally different sizes. Plus Size Kamanika, I believe, was the heaviest of them all, but she is like slimmed down. She looks fabulous and looks good, and she's still a thick girl, but she looks wonderful, and she's healthy, and she, is taking her time and rocking her journey how she rocks it. But anyway, all of them are beautiful, well-spoken, intelligent ladies, and I watch them. So I just wanted to just shout them out too. But definitely to my weight loss ladies, my VSG ladies, thank you so much for documenting your journey. I'm following you. All of you ladies are looking wonderful, and you're at different places in your journey. I know that Angela HL, is still in her first year, only a couple months out, and she's doing wonderful. But I think Sunkiss is like some years out by now, and shout out to Sunkiss and her baby girl. And I believe Danny's Girl is some months out too. She's maybe like almost close to her year. But Miss Diva Dimples is a couple years by now out too. So it's just great to be able to see people in different places and where they are in their journey, and to look from where they came from to see where they are. So I have a couple questions, and anybody out there who has had weight loss surgery, I am welcome to you answering these questions. They're just a couple, concerns and questions that I have, and I just kind of want to know what you think or what you may experience, and maybe you can give me like a word to the wise or some wisdom or wise counsel or however in regards to your journey. So the first question is, how long did you wait before you openly told people about your surgery? And this is pre and post-op. The reason why I asked this question is because I don't want to say that I have haters, but I'm sensing that I will have some people that's not necessarily going to be that supportive. And it doesn't mean that they don't want to see me healthy, but they may not agree with my decision to do weight loss surgery. People feel like, well, you ain't that big or whatever. But I just wonder, did you tell anybody during your pre-op phase? Did you wait until post-op to tell anyone? Based off of your experiences, what would you recommend with that? So I'm leaving it out there, blanket, guys, girls, whoever, anybody. If you chime in, help me out. Tell me what you think. Number 2 is it important to have a support person stay in the hospital during your surgery stay? I've watched many people's journey, and some people have someone to stay home, not home, but stay in the hospital with them. Other people, do it by themselves. They just tough it out. So I just wonder, based on your experiences, do you think it's best, to have somebody stay there? Do you need somebody there, besides your nurses and such, or that's just left up to personal preference? Or, is there someone out there that chose to do it by themselves and wish that they did at the end of the day have somebody stay? Or on the flip side, this is somebody out there that has somebody stay, and at the end of the day, you end up babysitting them, and you were like, you know what, I should have did this by myself. Like, they could have went home. So just let me know what you think or what you experienced. Number 3, was it difficult finding a whey protein supplement that you liked, or at the very least could tolerate? So many people on here have said that they wasted so much money on different type of proteins, buying them from GNC, buying them from online. And I just would love some recommendations if you could give them to me so that I don't have to waste my money. I don't like things that's really milk-based, or, that you have to mix it with some type of dairy product. I would prefer to mix it with like water or something like that, so it would be fruity, or so I don't know if anything like that exists. I'm not sure. I'm still have to do my research on that. But if you have any suggestions, please leave those in the comments. Number 4, how long was your pre-op surgery time frame from your research stage to your surgery date? I understand that depending on your insurance, you may have a 3-month, 6-month, 9-month, or no waiting, at all, or no supervised weight loss visits at all. But from getting approved and submitting all of your paperwork until your actual surgery date, that's typically a long period of time. Like, is that a month? Is that 2? So I'm just kind of curious to see, I guess, how long will I have to wait? And it's not necessarily that I'm anxious, which I mean, to a certain degree I am. I'm excited, but I really want to be able to plan the surgery, around school, because I'm back in school. I'm still a student. So I just wonder if there's something that, moves quickly, or if it's a more lengthy process. Number 5, how long did it take how long did it take before your new eating habits and your new stomach became like typical and normal? I'm asking that question because I just wonder, the doctor, the surgeon is going to cut off, 75 to 80% of my stomach. And with all of you people who've had weight loss surgery, you already, have experienced the difference between being able to eat, anything you want and eat, overeat to having a smaller stomach. I just wonder mentally, like, how long did it take for you to mentally understand, like, okay, if I eat one more bite, I'm going to throw up. So you already know how much to portion out, how much to eat, and it not only does it become a habit, but it's just like your normal life. This is just what I eat now. You don't feel any kind of way about it. You can go out to restaurants with people. You don't feel like you're uncomfortable or feel like you got to hide it. It's just who you are. It's just how you are. I just wonder, at what point? Is there like a certain time? Was there a certain month for you? Was it after a year? So just let me know what your experiences was with that. Number 6. Did any one of you lose friends because of your surgery? And what I mean is not necessarily, you have weight loss surgery, I don't want to be your friend anymore. But when you lost that weight and when your swag turned up, or even, maybe you finally for the first time in your life really felt good about yourself, or felt the first time in a long time you felt good, or maybe you wasn't afraid to speak up, anymore, or however, did you lose friends? And I mean, at the end of the day, if you did lose them, they probably wasn't real friends anyway. But I was just wondering, is that something to look out for, on a personal tip? I mean, I don't keep that many people around me. I have a very, close circle. But sometimes I wonder, I'm like, I know that for anybody that says that they're not going to change, I don't believe that's realistic. I believe that we're going to change, that everybody changes. It doesn't necessarily have to be you become a diva, but I believe that you become confident and secure and happy, Change isn't always bad. I believe change is a good thing. I'm looking forward to that kind of change. Number 8. Were or do you find that the new attention that you get from the opposite sex, like, do you find that attention to be a compliment, or do you find it to be like offensive? And not necessarily from people who didn't know you, but like from co-workers or family or friends who, have knew you when you were heavy, and then now all of a sudden they trying to check for you because you don't lost weight. It's like, do you find that as a compliment, or do you find that as offensive? I just wonder, because that's something I guess I'm thinking about, like, how would I deal with that situation? And I know I probably won't really know until I'm in it, but just curious, like, how did you guys deal with that, if you've ever, had to deal with that? 2 more questions. And I'm sorry, y'all, for my light. I tend to do these videos at night because my kids are asleep and it's just easier. I'm running long, so just let me go. Number 9. Have you found that you have improved on your job or are taken more seriously on your job now that you're smaller? That's pretty, self-explanatory. I'm just wondering, sometimes people who are slim think that heavier people are fat because they're just lazy, and that overweight mentality, or the ignorance that people have towards people that are heavier, kind of trickles over into your work performance and, raises and such. And I just wonder, for those people who have lost weight, have you gotten promotions? Do people tend to listen to you? Is that because you're more confident, or is it simply because you're smaller and they feel like, well, this person has grabbed hold of their health, so maybe they are, more respectful, more accountable, or maybe they, can be given more of a load because I see that they care about themselves enough, so they'll care about this initiative enough. I don't know, but you know what I mean. Number 10, through the good, the bad, and the ugly, would you do it all over again? Most people say once they hit their year mark that, it was great, it was wonderful, I have no regrets. But I just wonder, is there anybody out there in YouTube land that genuinely regrets getting weight loss surgery? I just wonder, because it's not that I'm just looking for to find the one person that had a bad situation. I really am looking for a realistic outlook, because only God knows, this is my perspective, only God knows what the end of the line is going to be for me. So I just really want to have a good, well-rounded perspective on the surgery. And so let me know, was it worth it? Was it, it wasn't worth it? Just, I really want the true, honest, candid, outright, just nitty gritty. And then my kind of part two to that is, if you could do this journey all over again, what would you do different? If you would do anything different, what would it be? So, to everyone out there that watches me, I know my last video only got like 10 views or something like that, so it's not that many of you, but um, I really, really want to know, for any of you who may watch this video that has had weight loss surgery, would you do anything differently? Do you have any advice for me while I'm still in this stage? It's not necessarily that, I guess I'm not necessarily looking to be swayed, because that's not what it is. I know what I want to do, but I just, I like to learn from other people's experiences, and I believe that's what this YouTube forum is for, is to learn from people's experiences, from what they went through. So I'm open. If you have other things that you want to share, please feel free. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing if you have. Thank you so much for thumbs upping if you have. And I just appreciate you stopping by to look at my video, look at little old me. And I hope that as I go through with my journey, I'll continue to post, and hopefully I can really, get a following, and I can, support and be an encourager to somebody else that's starting this journey, who needs some encouragement, or who's looking for wisdom like I am. So thanks for watching, and